When I say Ruben Amorim has exposed Manchester United's weaknesses, I mean from the fan base to the team to the ownership. Every single corner of what Ruben Amorim has exposed at this football club has been wanted and needed for the last decade plus. I was listening to conversations last night on deadline day, listening to Darren McAnthony, who's the only person I listened to on deadline day on TalkSport and Sky Sports, who talks any sense in saying what Ruben Amorim has done at this football club. He's a manager that he would back. That's the chairman of a football club. Yes, it's only Peterborough, but someone who talks complete sense, talking about what Ruben Amorim has done with Marcus Rashford, with all the other situations, with what he knew he was walking into, why Manchester United didn't buy a striker right now. He absolutely slaughtered the Mathis Tell deal. I'm going to go into that in a bit more detail on that and bring you what happened in the latter stages of the transfer window last night. We'll give you updates on Tyrell Malacia as well, because that's gone quiet and nothing is official yet. There is another twist in that deal, but still going ahead. Better for Manchester United, actually. We do have good news on the injury front. No, not Lisandro Martinez, but maybe a direct replacement for him in Luke Shaw at the left wing, left centre-back. He's back in the squad for Leicester this week. You may not jump on that and think that that is positive, but we're looking at anything right now as United fan base with where we are in the league and the form on the pitch. So let's look at that. We'll look into that. I'll go through the whole list of everything that has happened and outs, including three more academy players, that went in the latter stages of last night's window. The ages of them players, what they could have done, and where Manchester United will be looking now in terms of bringing players through. Who are the candidates to come through from the academy that could actually contribute to Manchester United's side? All of that jam-packed into one show. This is Forever United TV. The transfer window is over. The 4th of February. It's time to look forward, United fans. It's time to stop bitching and moaning about what could have been and what was of that transfer window. We're going to end it now in this show in terms of where we're at with our whole squad. And now we have to look forward and deal with what we've got in front of us. I know it's not great, but that's the situation. We have to now get right behind this coach, Ruben Amorim, and give him absolutely everything, full support. But let's break down what he has done so far since he's been at Manchester United, because it was crucial when he did come through the door in November that he stamped his authority on the team. He cottoned on to Marcus Rashford instantly. Within days, we were hearing of reports of fallouts. We didn't hear about it straight away, but the reports came out later on that within 4 days there was a fallout with Marcus Rashford and Ruben Amorim. Not happy with his attitude. He's called him out. The last 18 months, Rashford has been a disgrace to this football club. And people talking about him going out and smashing it at Aston Villa. Nobody at Manchester United cares. It wasn't working at United. Deal done. People using Marcus Rashford as an excuse of a body that just needed replacing. That's all these people and these players were that have left Manchester United from the first team. Their bodies that didn't contribute at all to Manchester United under Ruben Amorim. You could barely say anything, really. And Ruben has exposed them. And I think from the player side of things, and first of all in what Ruben Amorim has uncovered and exposed at this football club, is the power that they had. We all know what was going on with the players. We all know how many managers have suffered before at the hand of many Manchester United players, not just Marcus Rashford. We're not just isolating him. There was many players may have been influenced by some senior players, but definite bad eggs in this team. So that's number one for Ruben Amorim and what he has uncovered at Manchester United. More really exposed it and put it out there. It's dirty washing and he's hung it out. Everyone can see everything that is wrong with Manchester United's playing staff right now, because that's all that anybody in the media and punditry around any TV or radio station or podcast is talking about. Manchester United players. And the word disgrace pops up every single conversation. Embarrassing, disgrace. I think of a word that you could think really damned somebody, and that's what's been coming up in every single conversation about Manchester United players. They are all of that. It is shameful. It really is. And everybody's been talking about it, mainly because Ruben Amorim has brought it up. He has stood firm in the midst of all of the carnage and chaos that's been going on at Manchester United, and the need and the clamour and the pure pressure that's been put on him to actually perform and do something with this team from the media and everybody in the football industry about needing to change what he is just to fit the Premier League and fit these players. You've got to do this, you can't do this. Well, no. No, Ruben Amorim has stuck to his guns, and that's why the United fan base will be behind him, because we understand, and nothing else matters. It is United against the world again right now, but for the opposite reason, because we are so bad, and we are willing to be this bad for the sake of this manager exposing everything that is wrong with this playing staff. That's where this fan base is at right now. In terms of the fan base and what he's exposed, well, he's not really. He's just, in a sense, got Manchester United fans all arguing with each other about what is good and what isn't, about the players, about the ownership. It's like what he has done on the pitch has made things worse and what's going on off it. And I don't mean that in a bad way against him. If you let me explain on this one, just hear me out on this one. I think this is one of the big problems right now. And I said this right on deadline day. I said if Manchester United beat Crystal Palace and we actually had players who could finish the dinner and put the ball in the back of the net, nobody would have been bitching and moaning about the Mathis Tell deal. Nobody would have been going anywhere near it. No one would even be that concerned about other players coming in. It would have been 4 wins in a row. United climbing the table, comfortable in Europe, looking forward to an FA Cup game this weekend against Leicester. And it would have all been nice. It would have been no sort of well, there would have been still some upset fans, but let's be honest. Off the back of a defeat, it's only going to get worse. And Manchester United having that game and that result coming out right on deadline day completely turned the fan base over into desperate measures. Ineos are a disgrace. The ownership's a disgrace. Look, none of that conversation would have been anywhere near as severe. It is still there. I'm not going to say it's not. I'm not going to say that the result was the only factor in Manchester United fans being unhappy on deadline day. It wasn't, but it definitely fueled the fire. It more than fueled the fire. And that I think I think there's a lot of Manchester United fans who just think that the financial situation and the fact that the ownership had not spent money in January is all down on like Ineos being tight, Ineos just being the scapegoat, Ineos just being the puppet for the Glazers and things like that. Well, it's really not, is it? When did we ever make a good signing in January? Just look at the basics. Let's look at everything that's gone on. You can complain about the summer all you want, but if you're going to have a go at the January transfer window, you have to put it all in perspective. And the fans have gone crazy because we haven't got a striker. Ruben has exposed what is wrong with the team, and therefore the fans automatically feel like we need to go out and buy a striker right now. Well, no, it's not the case. We've never done good business in January. Name me one good signing from a January transfer window, apart from Bruno Fernandes maybe, that Manchester United have made. Ferguson. Has there ever been one? You could argue Juan Mata. That was a panic buy for David Moyes because Ed Woodward was useless and didn't know how to handle a transfer market. Mr. We can do anything and stuff that other clubs can only dream of that set everything in motion for Manchester United.